Marvel's first dark superhero debuts. Flying super speed, instantaneous displacement and sonic positioning, multiple superpowers are given to the whole body, which explodes the audience. Michael has suffered from a rare blood disorder since childhood. On his deathbed, he successfully isolated the DNA of a vampire bat that could cure the disease. After Michael injected the medicine into his body, he asked Martin to tie Michael up. After a while, Michael disappeared. Martin was surprised to find that Michael was hanging from the ceiling like a bat. Martin saw that Michael had turned into a monster. The frightened mercenary shoots, but Michael throws him down in an instant, sucking the blood dry. Martin wants to wake Michael up, but Michael had a splitting headache and couldn't control it. Michael started hitting the glass. At this time, the supporting mercenaries arrived, and when Martin tried to stop them from shooting, he was pushed down by the mercenaries and knocked unconscious. Michael broke through the glass and escaped from the laboratory. Michael looked at the unconscious Martin. He could no longer control his emotions. The bullets became slow motion in Michael's eyes. The mercenaries couldn't catch Michael's speed at all. The mercenary was quickly killed by Michael. The mercenaries who came hurriedly closed the gate. But the door was knocked open by Michael. Michael was crawling above like a bat. The mercenaries had lost most of their teammates before they even saw Michael. The mercenaries could only panic and shoot wildly. But the mercenaries still disappeared, one by one. Only the fallen corpses could be seen. The mercenaries were also terrified. A burst of black smoke flashed past, and the mercenary's throat was already torn. The last mercenary was frightened and cried, but he did not escape the fate of death. After Michael vented his anger, he finally regained his sanity. The characteristics of the vampire also slowly faded, and the human appearance was restored. After Michael returned to the laboratory, he found that Martin was still alive. After Michael saw the killing in the surveillance, he couldn't believe everything in front of him. After sending out a distress signal, he took the rest of the potion and jumped directly into the sea. When the FBI arrived, 8 bodies were found. Stroud also found the paper pigeon. When Michael returned to his laboratory, his body was unwell due to ischemia. Michael came to the blood bank to replenish the blood, and then suppress the alienation of the body. Michael starts timing with his watch, and he needs to calculate the time for sucking blood. Only then did he realize that his body had surpassed the limits of human beings. But the vampire bat showed obedience to Michael. Michael's ear also has the ability of ultrasound positioning. He began to gradually adapt to the new ability. But the effect of artificial blood is getting weaker and weaker. If the artificial blood fails completely, what choice will Michael make? Soon after, Smith came to the laboratory and found that Michael had become extremely weak. Michael reminds Smith to get the blood. After Michael replenished his blood, he returned to normal. After Smith saw Michael's strong body, Smith was envious. Smith, who wanted to get rid of the pain, begged Michael to inject him with medicine. But Michael refused Smith's request. Smith thinks Michael wants to live alone. Michael can only drive away Smith, who has suffered together for many years. On the other side, the FBI found Martin and wanted to get some clues on the ship. But Martin cited amnesia as an excuse and didn't know any clues. During the night, Nurse Anna was attacked and drained of her blood. Anna's body was found the next day. Michael realized that something was wrong and hurried back to the laboratory. Michael wanted to get out of here with blood. Michael is stopped by the FBI in the lobby. When Stroud asked about things on the ship, Michael said that his legs and feet were not suitable for the ship. At this time, Stroud received a message that a female corpse whose blood had been drained appeared in the laboratory. Just when the FBI wanted to arrest Michael, Michael suddenly attacked. 2 FBI guys were knocked out. Michael escaped from the hall, and when he saw the police chasing after him, Michael jumped directly from the middle of the stairs to more than 10 floors. Soon Michael rushed to the roof. Michael has superpowers because he can't control them well. Michael is arrested by Stroud. When Smith came to visit Michael in the detention center, Smith secretly left him with blood. Michael regained his vampire strength after receiving blood supplements. After Michael sucked the blood, he smashed through the window of the prison and flew to the opposite building. Michael teleported to the top of the building and began to use ultrasonic positioning on the whole city. Michael quickly captures Smith's location. At this time Smith also became a vampire. Michael landed behind Smith, and Michael wanted to stop Smith from killing innocent people. Smith admits that he killed Anna. Smith thinks he can do whatever he wants. Then Smith turned into a vampire and attacked Michael. The two had a fierce battle in the tunnel. Michael was no match for Smith. However, the war did not end, and the two continued to wrestle together in the subway station. Smith enjoyed the feeling very much. Michael and Smith returned to normal human beings. At this time, the police want to arrest them. Smith actually killed the policeman behind him and then began to drink their blood. A large number of police rushed over, and Smith immediately massacred them. In an instant, all the policemen were dead. Smith danced excitedly. Michael couldn't stop Smith. Michael was about to leave, but Smith chased after him. Michael dodged Smith's sneak attack, but Michael was blown away by the blow. Smith, who sucked human blood, is obviously stronger than Michael. At this moment, Michael felt the air current brought by the subway. Michael flew out of the tunnel, and Stroud thinks Michael killed all the cops. Martin was also quietly being followed by the FBI. But Michael met Martin on the bus. Michael told Martin that Smith had been injected with the medicine. Michael needs Martin's help to stop Smith. Later, the two came to a coffee shop. Michael heard 2 gangsters had a lot of counterfeit bills. After Michael told Martin that he needed laboratory equipment, Michael followed the gangsters to find the banknote printing factory. Michael easily controlled the gangsters' boss. Michael scares all the bastards away, and Smith is enjoying great power. Smith came to the bar, looking for prey. Smith is interrupted by the man rushing out. In order to prevent his identity from being exposed, Smith left here first. But when the man came out of the bar, Smith had been waiting on the roof for a long time. However, Martin, who went back to the laboratory to pick up the equipment, met Smith, who was waiting here. Smith wanted to find out where Michael was hiding, but Martin said he didn't know. In the underground factory, Martin cut his finger. The smell of blood aroused Michael's bloodthirsty instinct. Martin asks Michael how it feels after drinking human blood. Michael said that it's like awakening the original power, and it will stimulate the desire to hunt. Then the two confessed their feelings on the rooftop, but all this was seen by Smith on the opposite side. When the FBI investigated the body at the entrance of the bar, they found out that the murderer was not Michael. Amir recognized Smith in the surveillance in the news. Amir finds Smith and advises Smith to stop doing evil, but Smith thinks that Amir has always favored Michael. When Amir said he hated Smith's current behavior, Smith directly cut Amir's chest and let Amir tell Michael to kill as many people as he wants. In the underground factory, Michael extracted the blood inhibitor. Martin found out that Michael had prepared one for himself. Michael has been drinking human blood since tomorrow, so he's going to put an end to this mistake himself. At this time, Michael received Amir's call for help. When Michael arrived, Amir was already dying. Amir told Michael must stop Smith. Amir died. But this time Smith has captured Martin. After Michael heard Martin's call for help, Michael immediately locked their position. Michael started to fly at full speed and rushed to the rooftop where Martin was. When Michael arrived, Martin had been wounded by Smith. In order to help Michael defeat Smith, Martin actually bit Michael's lip. Martin's blood sparked Michael's bloodlust. After Michael sucked Martin's blood, Michael's strength exploded. Watching all this, Smith thought they could finally be together. But Michael launched an attack on Smith. Smith, who has sucked human blood, is no weaker than Michael. After several fights, Michael got cut in the stomach by Smith. After Michael was injured and fell to the ground, Smith rushed to throw Michael flying. Michael crashed into the opposite building. Michael fell and was caught by Smith again, and both of them fell to the ground. Michael was hanging on the pipe, and Michael suddenly emitted a strong ultrasonic wave. Then there was a dense vibration on the ground, and a large number of vampire bats poured out from the sewer, continuously gathering around Michael. The real vampires have awakened. Smith focused all his strength on the fatal blow, but was directly blasted away by Michael's ultrasonic waves. Then, a large number of bats struck. Michael took the opportunity to inject inhibitors into Smith and Smith regained his human appearance, and then Smith lost his life. As Michael blames himself for killing Smith, he hears sirens above him. Michael used the cover of the bat to fly out from the ground, but at this time Martin suddenly came to life.